The US has just ordered the Pentagon, now known as Department of War, to deploy 10 F-35 fighter jets to Puerto Rico, another escalatory move by Trump on the American continent. Two separate announcements, but both pointing in the same direction. Washington is moving from defense to offense. Let's break down what this shift really means. F-35 aircrafts aren't just for show. They're among the most advanced in the world, capable of precision strikes and real-time battlefield awareness. Their mission? To conduct operations against so-called narco-terrorist organizations operating in the southern Caribbean. This follows a dramatic event earlier in the week when US forces carried out a strike on a vessel linked to Venezuela's Tren de Aragua gang. Trump confirmed the operation on Truth Social, saying the boat was carrying narcotics toward the United States and that 11 people were killed. The Caribbean is already heavily militarized. In recent weeks, Washington has deployed at least 8 warships and even a nuclear-powered fast attack submarine against Venezuela. With F-35s joining that force, the US is building one of its strongest regional military presences in decades, right on Venezuela's doorstep. For Trump, this isn't just about drugs. It's about politics and power. He has repeatedly accused Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro of enabling cartels like Tren de Aragua. By linking narcotics trafficking to Maduro's regime, Trump is framing Venezuela not just as a failed state but as a direct national security threat to the US. And now, the Secretary of Defense has also announced that the preparation for regime change in Venezuela is ready. It's a bold narrative, a hostile government using cartels as proxies to destabilize American cities. And by sending stealth fighters, Trump is saying this problem won't just be handled with sanctions and law enforcement. It will be met with force. But perhaps the bigger shift is happening in Washington. On Friday, Trump is expected to sign an executive order officially restoring the Pentagon's historic name, the Department of War. The United States used the title War Department until 1949, when post-World War II reforms transformed it into the Department of Defense. Trump and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth argue that the word defense is too passive. This isn't just a cosmetic change. The order will require the Pentagon to rebrand its communications, update its signage, and even rename its public affairs briefing room as the Pentagon War Annex. Trump also wants Congress to eventually make the name change permanent, though he's confident he can push it through without their approval. Supporters see this as a cultural reset. They argue that America's military has become bogged down in endless contingencies. Drawn-out missions in Iraq, Afghanistan, and beyond that didn't deliver decisive victories. For Trump and Hegseth, reviving the Department of War is about reminding the military that its purpose isn't to react, it's to win. Critics, however, warn that this rebranding could backfire. In an already tense global climate, calling America's military arm the Department of War could fuel fears of aggression and escalate confrontations abroad. Combined with deployments like the F-35s in Puerto Rico, it paints a picture of a US gearing up for direct confrontation, not cautious diplomacy. So here's the bigger picture. Stealth fighters heading to Puerto Rico, warships circling the Caribbean, and the Pentagon itself being rebranded with the language of offense. It's a sweeping shift in tone and posture, one that reflects Trump's push for a warrior ethos. The question is whether this new approach will make America safer, or whether it risks dragging the US into fresh conflicts abroad. For now, one thing is clear. From the skies of the Caribbean to the halls of the Pentagon, the Trump administration is rewriting the rules of American power.